June 7th, 1932 was a day that set everything in motion. The day that began the end of Luke Murray. Remember, Luke had been getting harassed by locals for pretty much everything. June 7th is when they made their move. Some sort of altercation occurred between Luke and a young white man named Ben Hall and a group of his friends. We don't know exactly what was said or who did what, but Ben Hall claimed that Luke pulled a knife on him. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. Maybe Luke did do it to protect himself from another unprovoked attack. Or maybe he didn't do it at all, and it was made up from the start. Don't focus on that so much, because it's not important. It's not important because there is nothing Luke could have done that would justify what was about to happen next, what they did to him. Luke wanted to get out of there and avoid the confrontation. So he left and went back to the Davises' farm. But that was no escape, because Ben Hall and the others followed him there, still harassing Luke, still threatening him, still not letting up. They claimed Luke pulled his knife again, that this time he grabbed Ben's brother, James Hall, and threatened to cut his throat. They also said that Luke wasn't just violent, that he was drunk. But Mrs. Davison would later say that she never saw Luke drunk ever, not once, that was a lie. Whatever the truth was about these two confrontations, what happened next is certain. Someone called the South Point town marshal, a man named Rip Winters. He came and arrested both Luke and Ben and took them both to jail. As they were being taken away, one of the young white men who was with Ben Hall said out loud that they were going to get that SOB, referring to Luke. Once they arrived at the jail, Marshal Winters began carrying out the next part of the plan, because he wasn't just taking Luke to jail for safekeeping, and it wasn't because Luke had committed some real crime. No, what he did was carry out a plan that had clearly been worked out before this moment ever happened. Instead of locking Luke up in a secure cell, Marshal Winters removed him and placed him in an open vestibule in the jail. He then left the door unlocked, walked out, and went home for dinner, telling people he'd be back in 2 hours. Once Marshal Winters was gone, the mob moved in. At least 14 white men stormed the jail, shouting, "Get ready in there. Here we come." If Luke didn't know what was about to happen before, he knew when he saw those men, filled with anger and hatred coming for him. They snatched him quickly and took him out of the jail to a waiting car. One of the mob members would later say that Luke thought that they were coming just to give him a beating. Supposedly, Luke said that he would take the beating, but he just didn't want to be cut. Whether that's true or not, we will never know. But what happened next, we do know. Not from testimony, but from the evidence. From what they left of Luke's body.